this region of Appalachia, there are mountains everywhere. Mountains hover over you, the hills do, wherever you go. You never see a horizon line anywhere while you're there. In fact, you can almost, if you're claustrophobic, feel a little closed in. Now, if you were a settler some 200 years ago, you would not be happy to come face to face with this sheer cliff of rock right there. But luckily, there is a natural gap in this mountain range here that created kind of a super highway for pioneers to make a new life for themselves in the West. This is Cumberland Gap, where Daniel Boone once blazed a trail right through the wilderness. Turns out he had a little help from Mother Nature and from forces beyond the planet. I learned about the Cumberland Gap in school.
Yeah.
But nobody said anything about a meteor falling here.
Yeah, it is kind of unbelievable when you first hear it. It was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of a half mile across. The impact that would have happened here would have been pretty significant. It would have certainly been a bad day to be here. Yeah.
And then where we see this area of white fog down in there, that really is kind of the bottom of this crater, isn't it?
It is. What we're looking at is kind of the eroded remnants of the crater. And flying over this area in an airplane, you can really, really see it. It's just this round depression in the middle of a bunch of mountains.
The frontiersmen who came through here and looked at this, were they affected by this crater in saying that this is probably the way through?
Yeah, they would have definitely noticed it, and it actually impacted their travels as they came through the gap and into that big depression. It must have been an impressive sight.
Looking this direction, you can just imagine this was the frontier. Looking this way, this was the gateway to the west.
For 100 miles that way, the ridge keeps going, and for 100 miles the other way, the ridge keeps going. And this wasn't just the best way. This was kind of the only way to get through.